Hi, I'm Ginu, and for this week's LLE News, we have lunch, weather, kids on the street, career spotlight, and geography spotlight.
Weather with Wesley. Monday, it will be a high of 73 degrees and a low of 52 degrees. There is a 0% chance of rain. Tuesday, it will be a high of 80 degrees and a low of 66 degrees. There is a 1% chance of rain. Wednesday, it will be a high of 87 degrees and a low of 59 degrees. There is an 18% chance of rain. Thursday, it will be a high of 65 degrees and a low of 54 degrees. There is a 20% chance of rain. Friday, it will be a high of 67 degrees and a low of 55 degrees. There is a 20% chance of rain. Saturday, it will be a high of 68 degrees and a low of 53 degrees. There is a 41% chance of rain. Sunday, it will be a high of 66 degrees and a low of 58 degrees. There is a 38% chance of rain. This was LLE News Weather. Bye.
Hi, Ethan.
Hi, Theo.
Did you know that April 28th is National Superhero Day?
No, but did you know that Spider-Man is the most popular superhero?
No, but wow. Who is your favorite superhero?
Black Panther. Who's yours?
I like Spider-Man.
If you could have any superpower for a day, if you could be any superhero for a day, who would it be and what superpower would you have?
Spider-Man and telepathy.
I would have Black Panther and I would have invincibility. Let's go ask some kids on the street what their superpower and superhero they would be.
Hi, my name's Theo. What's yours?
Ari. Quinn.
What would be your superhero name and what superpower would you have?
Ari and telekinesis. Quinn and teleportation.
Okay. And secondly, what do you think are the first superheroes?
Groot and Rocket. Plant. Oh, wait, no. Oh, I don't know. I don't know any superheroes.
Thank you. Bye.
My name is Ethan and you are?
Ada, Sam.
If you were a superhero, what would your name be and what would your superpower be?
Ada, Sam.
And what would your power be?
Flying, strength.
Okay, what do you think would be the first superhero ever? Who do you think it is?
Superman? Superman.
You both are wrong. Bye.
My name's Theo. What's your name?
Luke. Giselle.
Mrs. Hubner.
What would your hero name be and what superpower would you have?
Max, and his superpower would be to fly and to be really fast. Lily and everything.
I have to get back to you on a superhero name because that's a hard one. But my superpower would be to be invisible so I can be in rooms without people knowing.
And lastly, who do you think was the first superhero ever?
Spider-Man. Superman.
Batman?
You guys are all incorrect. Thank you.
Hi,
Bye.
my name is Ethan and I'm with
Emmy. Guy.
If you were a superhero, what would your superhero name be and what power would you have?
Emmy. And my power would be to talk to animals. Guy, and my power will be fire.
Lastly, who do you think was the first superhero?
Spider-Man? I have no idea.
You're both incorrect. Thank you. Bye.
My name's Theo. What's yours?
Mina.
Daniel.
First, what would be your superhero name and what superpower would you have?
Flight. And, I don't know.
Teleportation, and I don't know.
And lastly, who do you think is the first superhero?
Oh no.
I don't know.
Thank you.
Ethan,
Bye.
and I'm with.
Mrs. Harley.
And Mrs. Schmidt.
If you had a superpower, what would it be and what would be your superhero name?
The superpower I would want is to be invisible. And my name? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Oh, my name would be Mrs. Harley the Hero.
Wow. I also like invisibility, but I'm going to go with flying. And I'm going to go with Schmidt the Savior.
And lastly, who do you think was the first superhero?
Wonder Woman.
Batman.
You guys are both incorrect. Thank you. Bye.
My name is Theo. What's yours?
Leo.
Bryce.
If you had a superpower, what would it be, and what would be your superhero name?
My superhero name would be Leo, and my superpower would be invisibility.
My superhero name would be Banana Rice, and my hero power would probably be fly.
And lastly, who do you think is the first superhero?
Thor.
That was shown or
Ever.
oh.
We don't call out. We don't.
Captain America.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
My name is Ethan, and you are?
Noam. Rish.
If you could have a superpower, and what would your superpower be, and what would your superhero name be if you can be a superhero?
My name gonna be Movaro, and I'm gonna move things to wherever I want.
I don't know what my name would be, but I would want a web sling. Lastly, who do you think the first superhero ever was?
Superman.
Batman? You're both incorrect. Thank you.
My name is Theo, and yours is
Shane.
Agam.
If you had a superpower, what would it be, and what would your superhero name be?
Flying.
Being invisible.
And what would your super hero name be?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
And lastly, who do you think was the first superhero?
Superman.
Superman.
You guys are both incorrect. Thank you.
Ethan,
Bye.
and your?
Ava.
Jonathan? If you had a superpower, what would it be, and what would be your superhero name?
I think I would like to fly, and I don't know about the superhero name.
I would like to be invisible, and I'd be named the Candy Stealer. And lastly, who do you think the first superhero was?
I don't know.
Shazam? You guys are both incorrect. Thank you. Bye. Got the first superhero ever right, and the superhero is Phantom or Hugo Hercules.
Hi, my name is Travis, and I'm here with
Dr. Jonathan Ball.
What is your job?
So I've got a few different jobs. I'm an anesthesiologist, which is a type of doctor that puts patients to sleep and keeps them comfortable during surgery and then wakes them up afterwards. But I've also got in my hospital health system another one with finance, where I help with billing for the hospital, and a third one where I start up a new anesthesia practice that provides anesthesia services at now 4 different facilities inside of our health system.
That's very interesting. What was your biggest promotion in your career?
I've had a couple by now. I think really proud of when I became a professor of anesthesiology within the medical school about a couple of years ago. But probably my biggest one that I'm most excited about is when I started this new anesthesia practice job just this past fall. Creating that new practice called Greater New York Anesthesia Services is probably my biggest and proudest promotion so far.
Cool. How many anesthesia residents do you have in your training group?
Good question. So to become a doctor, you first need to go to college and then medical school, and you have residency training after that. For anesthesiology, it's another 4 years of residency training after college and medical school. And so at our practice at Mount Sinai, we have about 30 residents per year in that 4-year training program, so about 120 total, plus some fellows as well. We have a rather large program.
That's interesting. How much procedures do you usually do per day?
Well, so I mostly do anesthesia for spine surgery. So when I'm taking care of those types of patients, that they're a little bit longer. So typically I'll do 1, maybe 2 or 3 cases in just one day. But then in other times when I've been practicing, maybe taking care of moms on the OB floor trying to deliver babies and stuff, or doing other types of cases like cataracts or heart surgery, whatever. For those cases, you can do sometimes as many as 15 or 20 a day, or again, only like 1 or 2.
Cool. When you were a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up?
So when I was a little bit younger than you, I thought I probably wanted to be a professional sports athlete. I'm very into sports, just like you are. And so I thought maybe a professional basketball player or a baseball player or something like that. But then around your age, maybe a little bit older, I started to realize I wanted to be a doctor instead. And I probably known I wanted to be a doctor. I didn't know what type, but known I wanted to be a doctor ever since around that.
If you had any other job other than an anesthesiologist, which one would it be?
The other kind of wishful thinking that I had when I was a kid was that I'd be a professional sports broadcaster on TV, just like some of the doing Nick games or Yankee games or something like that. That was probably the other more passionate kind of job I would have had.
That's very interesting for you to share with me. Thank you.
Lunch by Jonathan Gershon, April 28th through May 2nd. On Monday, April 28th, there will be BBQ wings and pizza with a side of salad. On Tuesday, April 29th, there will be hamburgers or cheeseburgers with a side of fries. On Wednesday, April 30th, there will be pizza, bagels, and Demarest Deli Hero, turkey or Italian with a side of fruit. Thursday, May 1st, there will be chicken with waffles. On Friday, May 2nd, there will be pizza. Remember, there will always be milk, juice, or water. Thank you. Bye.
Hi, my name is Mariana, and today I'm going to be interviewing Miss On about the second grade play. What is the theme of the play?
Our play this year is Hawaiian Beach Party.
How do you feel about the play?
I feel great. I think it's going to be a good show. The kids are having fun practicing and learning all the songs.
Was it hard for you to teach the second graders to play?
It was hard because we're using instruments, so xylophones, and they had to learn what notes to play, how to play it, what the proper way is to hold the mallets, so that part was hard.
Do you like the play?
I do like the play, which is why I picked it to play this year.
Is there anything that you would like to improve about the play? If there is, what?
I would like to improve, I guess, some of our dance moves, because sometimes I get confused as to what comes next, but yeah, if there is anything, it would be the dance moves.
What would be your favorite part of the play?
My favorite part of the play is probably Wipeout, because that's our upbeat song that reminds you of surfing, and it has a really cool drum beat to it.
What are the songs that are in the play?
We are singing Hawaiian Beach Party, which is the theme song. And we have Lovely Hula Hands, which has a Hawaiian vibe kind of instrumental background. What a Wonderful World. What else are we doing? Wipeout, and then, oh my gosh, I forget the last one. Hold on, let's look here. Over the Rainbow is our last song.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Panama.
By Ruthie Zachariah.
And Libby Cohen.
Geography. Panama is in Central America. It is bordered by Costa Rica and Colombia. Panama is bordered by the Caribbean, part of the Atlantic, and the Pacific Oceans.
Things to do in the city. Go to tours, go to Panama City, explore the Panama Canal, look or swim in waterfalls, go to Monkey Island.
Things to do on the beach. Look for shells, surf, watch for jellyfish, look for black sand, which is broken down iron, or enjoy the crystal clear water.
Animals. The golden frog, pygmy three-toed sloth, harpy eagle, blue and yellow macaw parrot, and jaguar.
Plants. The peacock flower, the bijou, crimson passion flower, the cannonball tree, and the Chinese hibiscus.
Culture and people. The official language is Spanish.
The capital city is Panama City.
Panama is known for its vibrant culture, which is a mix of Spanish, African, and indigenous influences.
Panama is a constitutional democracy.
The currency is the Balboa, but the US dollar is also widely used.
Panama has no standing army.
Thank you. Bye.
Did you know that National Gummy Bear Day is on April 27th, and it was made to celebrate Haribo's 100th anniversary? That's all for this week's LE News. Bye!